Jihan is a teacher by profession, settled in a rented house in Florida City. Jihan is a very popular teacher in the school. After teaching in school, he also gives tuition to the children at his home. So, now he is married, but when he was a bachelor, he had a terrible experience in his rented house. One evening when he was resting in his comfortable chair, then suddenly the door of his cupboard opened with a bang. He was startled by this sound. He felt very scared as there was no wind blowing that evening. And at home he lived alone. He got up and closed the cupboard door again and started going towards the chair. Then he realized that someone called his name, and that voice was coming from inside that cupboard. Jihan was horrified by this terrible incident. He started sweating standing there. And he started trembling badly. Afraid, he looked back and saw that the door of the cupboard was moving slowly, as if someone was pushing him from inside. Trembling with fear, Jihan kept watching the strange sight for a while. Then suddenly thick black smoke started coming out of the cupboard. Seeing all these transcendental events, Jihan's scream came out. Jihan came running outside the house and started telling everything to his neighbors. Jihan's neighbors entered the house with them, and they were all stunned to see what they saw there. The ceiling of the room had turned completely black. Both the doors of the cupboard were cracked and everything was scattered on the ground below. Even before people could understand anything, the almirah kept there fell on the ground in a big way. Now everyone along with Jihan got frightened by this haunting experience, and ran outside. Some people heard a scream while running. Go all. But no one dared to look back. Due to this horrifying experience, Jihan fell terribly ill and returned to his village for a few days to be with his parents. When he returned to Florida, he never went back to that house and started living in some other locality. What was the reason for this horrifying incident? The elders living in the locality came to know that the house was built by demolishing a haveli built during the British era. It is said that the owner of that mansion was a very cruel person, and once he had burnt his servant to death and hid his half-burnt body in that cupboard. The landlord had never used that cupboard, but on the demand of James, he had given that cupboard to him, and perhaps because of this the servant's spirit got angry and this horrifying horror incident happened.